All right, so if you want to be a profitable day trader in 2024, you must do one thing. And what that one thing is only taking trades right after the big guys get in, right after Wall Street gets in, because those are the people that actually move the market. The retail traders, people like you and me, we don't move the market, right? So you don't want to trade with the retail. You want to trade right after the big money gets in, Wall Street gets in, because again, those are the people who actually move the market. They have billions and billions of dollars they trade with. So you want to get in right after them. It's going to make your win rate much higher going into 2024, making you a much more profitable day trader. So just to show you proof of this and what my win rate is, as you can see, this is everything for this month. So I trade with 20 different accounts. So every number you see is basically multiplied by 20. But anyways, we can see if I move myself right here, my win rate is 80% so far this month. Okay, we're around halfway through the month, taking 10 trades. 8 wins, 2 losses so far. And not only is my win rate 80%, but as you can see, my risk reward, my average win loss is 2 to 1. Okay, so $345 times 20, that's around $7,000, because again, every trade I take, it copies across 20 different trading accounts. So every number is multiplied by 20. So my average winning trade is $7,000 right now, and my average losing trade is 176 times 20. So my average losing trade is around $3,500. So that means all my winners are twice as big as my losers, and I have an 80% win rate. So this creates a very profitable trading system. Now you're probably wondering, Chad, how do you actually know when Wall Street is getting in? How do you actually trade with the big money? They're the ones who are actually going to move the market. So you want to get in right after them. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in this video. Okay. Now, before we get into that, first things first is the setup, right? So before you go into day trading, if you're completely new, you should know these 3 things, right? What brokerage are you using to actually, buy and sell and place orders? What instrument are you using to trade? Are you trading futures? Are you trading options? Or are you just trading equity or shares, right? You have to know which instrument you're going to be trading. I personally trade futures. I trade futures on a brokerage called Tradeovate, just so you guys know. And then what are you actually going to trade, right? What stocks, what ETFs? So for me personally, I like to trade the overall market. So I'm either trading ES, which is, the S&P 500, or I trade Nasdaq as well, which is the top 100 tech companies in America. So these are the 2 things I trade. So again, before going into this, you must know these 3 things. Now, once you have that figured out, the next thing you need to know is your actual strategy that you're going to be following, right? The strategy that's going to create this 80% win rate, this 2 to 1 win to loss ratio. That way you have a profitable trading system. So how do we actually do this? Well, I create a flow chart just to make this, make this as simple as I can. The first thing you need to know and master is identifying key levels. Okay, so key levels, you can call this supply and demand levels. You can call this support and resistance. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the chart, and you'll see that these 2 zones I have are my key levels. Now, let me just move myself. Price has been very choppy, so this looks messy. If we just zoom out, go to the 5-minute chart, as we can see, I created this key level because we were consolidating in here all pre-market, and we had aggressive buying in here at pre-market. So this is the level I created before the market even opened. And I'll show you the trade I took today off of this exact level. Then obviously resistance, we had some selling pressure right before the market here. So this is my resistance that I marked. That's my key level, right? I keep it super simple. And by the way, guys, if you guys want to see my levels every single day for the NASDAQ and S&P 500, I post them publicly inside my trading Discord group. As you can see, if we just go in here, you can see my exact ES level, right? So this is the support I just showed you. And then we also have it for NASDAQ. Again, I show my levels in here every single day. So if you guys would like to join our community, we have all kinds of other profitable traders in here that you can network with. We'd love to have you inside of here. So if you guys do want free access to this Discord group, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description below this video. Okay, so now once you identify your key levels, basically what you want to look for is where did price reverse and where do we have aggressive buying or selling? Okay, so we can see price reverse here. We had aggressive buying off of this consolidation. Therefore, I just marked a zone. Same thing here. Where did price reverse? Price reverse right here. We also had aggressive selling. Therefore, I marked this zone as a potential resistance level. As you can see, it's been acting as resistance all day along with the support. All right, so that's the first step. Now, once you understand that and you master that, and obviously you don't even have to do that too well because you'll have access to our Discord group, the next thing you'll need to do is have confirmations for levels. So this isn't something I like to do. Is there any other confirmations I can have for my levels, right? So confirmation would be, okay, maybe our EMA matches up with support. Maybe our moving average matches up with support. Maybe our VWAP matches up with support. Maybe our support also looks like it's a double bottom pattern, right? So these are confirmations I can make for my levels. And the more confirmations I have for my levels, the more valid I treat those levels, the more likely I'll want to take trades in them, right? So we can see that today, and this is actually the trade I took this morning. If I go inside the 1 minute chart now, we can see right when market opened, this is on the S&P 500, right when market opened, we got very close to this level and we had aggressive buying off of here. But as you can see, once we dip down into this level again, right, we literally touched the zone. We also had this level lined up with the VWAP and our 1 minute moving average, right? So as you can see, not only were we in a level, but this level also lined up with VWAP and our 200 length moving average. Okay, so if we go back here, we can see that we had two confirmations for the level. The moving average, the VWAP, and we can also see this is also a double bottom pattern, right? So we can see going back here, we basically had three confirmations for that support level that I originally set out for myself. So what you do from here is you want to just wait for the price to get in the level. Okay, so I'm kind of walking you through what you do as you're actually trading in the market. So now you wait for the price to get into the level, and that's exactly what I did this morning, as we can see, right? So as we were selling off, again, all I was doing was waiting, sitting on my hands, waiting for the price to get into that level. Now, once the price actually gets into the level or near the level, now I'm looking at the most important confirmations, and these are the confirmations that's going to make you trade with Wall Street, with the big money, okay? This is how you trade with the big money and not the retail, okay? And I call these entry confirmations, okay? So once you have clear confirmations, you have the levels, you have confirmations for your levels, the price is in. Now we're just waiting for these two entry confirmations. So what these entry confirmations are a reversal candle and elevated volume. So now if we go back to the chart, as we can see, this is the trade I took today. You know, some people could say, oh, well, wasn't this a reversal candle? Well, check out the volume on this candle. This is not where I entered the trade. As we can see, we're close to the level. We're lined up with moving average, VWAP, all that different stuff. But again, I didn't have my entry confirmations yet. Okay, so if we look at here, yeah, we had a reversal candle, but look at the volume. The volume is lower than it was before. Okay, so again, I want to see elevated volume and a reversal candle at the same time. That's what allows me to get in. That's what tells me that all kinds of big buyers just stepped in, because not only was it a reversal candle indicating buyers stepped in, but also we had elevated volume. So that tells me not only buyers stepped in, but big buyers stepped in, right? The big money stepped in. So as you can see, basically 2 minutes later from this candle, we tested lows again. You know, we got down into this level, we wicked up, and we closed at the very top of this candle, okay? So not only did we have, you know, a perfect looking reversal candle, but what you'll notice here is we had elevated volume. In fact, this volume was just as high as it was when we sold off, 10 points in a matter of minutes, right? So this tells me that a lot of big buyers just got into this trade. So what do I want to do as a profitable trader? I want to get in right after them. That's exactly what I did. I got in right after this candle closed. As you can see, I got in basically at 47.79. And from here, basically you want to make sure you just have a good risk to reward ratio. I want at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So my winner has to be twice as big as my loser. So if we go back to the chart here, as we can see, my stop loss was just below this wick. So I know exactly where to put my stop loss. So basically my stop loss was at 47.76. So I was risking around 3 points on this trade. And you can see the highs, the resistance was at this around 47.88, 89 area. So basically my reward was 10 points and I was risking 3 points. So essentially I had like a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on this trade. Going back to our flow chart, as you can see, risk to reward good, awesome, right? Enter the trade with the big guys. And that's exactly what I did. As you can see from there, price shot up. There's literally no drawdown on this trade. Every candle was green, right? And it moved so fast because again, I traded with the big guys. And the big guys are the people who actually move the market. Now, going on to the next topic here, as far as scaling goes, right? How can you actually scale? How could you potentially become a full-time day trader in 2024? Okay, so as far as scaling goes, this is what I recommend. If you're new, if you're a beginner, start small, right? There's no reason to start with a bunch of money. Even if you make a lot of money now, start small. It's better to just, slowly scale up, right? This is how you scale as a trader. So what I recommend if you're trading futures or even options, size up one contract every week you're green. If you just track your trades, right, and you have at least a 50% win rate with a 2-to-1 win to loss ratio, and you have these numbers for your trading week, right, what I would do is I would size up one contract every week that you're following this system, right? At least a 50% win rate with a 2-to-1 win to loss. Okay, so that's a rule you should have for yourself, being if I hit these numbers, then I'm allowed to scale up. And this makes it so the only way that you're going to scale as a trader, the only way you're going to make money is if you're hitting these numbers. And these are the only numbers that matter when it comes to trading. So if you're hitting at least these numbers, again, you can size up. And obviously, the more you size up, the way easier it's going to be to make more money, right? Because obviously, if you're starting with one micro, Nasdaq contract, let's say that makes you $50 a day on a decent trade, right? You're going to make $50 a day on a decent trade. And again, you can have red days, no problem, as long as it averages out to this, right? That's all that matters. Next week, you can go to 2 contracts. Next week, you can go 3 contracts. So if you really focus on the long term and you get the idea out of your head of trying to get rich quick, you're going to be able to scale very, very quickly if you're hitting these numbers, right? And that doesn't mean taking 10 trades a day. It means taking 1 to 2 good setups a day, right? That's all you need. So after 10 weeks, if you do this, if you hit these numbers, you're going to be making $500 a day, not because you're trading more, you're taking better trades, but because you're able to size up. Now you can trade 10 micro NQ contracts, which is really just one mini NASDAQ contract. A decent trade on that's going to make you, $300 to $500. And again, if you're getting the same results, so basically these numbers on this size, again, you can scale again. You can scale with another contract, 2 contracts. Eventually, you'll be at 30 contracts. You can get to $1,500 a day, $2,000 a day, whatever it is, right? Whatever your goal is. But again, this is the way I would scale as a trader. This is what I recommend. This is pretty much what I followed. Anyways, guys, I hope this video was helpful as far as how to become a profitable day trader in 2024. Hopefully, the most important thing you took away from this video is to trade with the big money, trade right after Wall Street gets in by following a system like this. That being said, guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said before, if you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself and kind of skip this part and just see what my key levels are every single day, like I said, I share them publicly inside our Discord community. Not only that, but I also share my trade recaps, we have market updates, and we also have an awesome community where you can network with all kinds of other traders as well. So again, if you do want to join our community, we'd love to have you inside. All you have to do is go to the first link in the description below or just head over to this link right here. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, I will see you in my next video with another day trading lesson.